What's good, guys? We're back. Another trade recap. Let's just get straight into it. Today we took two trades. I'm actually really frustrated right now because this trade, I actually didn't get this full TP, but we'll get into that in 2 seconds. Pretty much coming into the day, I was more bearish just because ES had this 4 hour gap below it that we had touched into. ES was looking more bullish, but NASDAQ was looking a little bit more bearish just because we had London lows down here. We also had this 4 hour gap that was unfilled on NASDAQ. There wasn't really any SMTs down here, and we had still this big SMT at the high over here from ES. If you look over here, this one's kind of, it's a lot going on over here. I'll explain it. But we have this daily gap above. Right off the open, pretty much, we just started pumping up. So there wasn't really any like entry or anything. Like you can see here, we literally just pump up. We just keep pushing. We create, we still hold this SMT, I mean. We also create more SMTs while ES pushes deeper into this daily gap. And NASDAQ didn't even get really close to this daily gap. We just pushed up, still stayed under this high. That's all the way down here on ES. So from here, while we were pushing up aggressively, I was looking at NASDAQ to see if there's really any like draws on liquidity that I could target, and there really isn't. So I started to look for a short to an internal gap. So if we go to the lower time frame, you can see here as we start to kind of lose pace, we tap to this 4 hour CE, which is from some fucking random shit. ICT, consequent encroachment. Sounds really fancy, but it really just means the 50% of the wick. Pretty much just like equilibrium, but for a long wick. So I marked out because we had this big ass doji on the 4 hour that did touch into the 4 hour gap, or the daily gap on NASDAQ. So we take that CE, we are respecting it. We touch up, respect it one time. Come down here, we had this unfilled 5 minute below. Here. We had this 5 minute gap right here. And then we put it in, rejected up, came edge the 5 minute gap and created a 15 minute right here at this white line. I'll keep that. We did make an SMT at these lows, but we were also at that time making an SMT at all three of these highs. 1, 2, 3. We did push above this one, holding this SMT here with the 1 minute inversion. So I entered first, my first position, down to this 15 minute gap. Let me unlock this. Down to this 5 minute. Boom, trade went against me. The only thing I would really change about this is like I felt like this was really close to be break even, so I didn't go break even at this first wick. But after seeing like when you watch it live, like this full body candle come all the way down here and then doji all the way up, I really should have been break even after that. After seeing that, it's kind of like, ooh, we are probably, I should have really just gone break even once I seen us start pushing aggressively. It's like, all right, you know, at this point, if we're going to be all the way down here and then come all the way back up, it's like we're probably not delivering down, which is exactly what happened. But I didn't want to like feel like I went break even because I was scared, because this could have still played out. We still had the SMT at the high. We had all of this, so this could have easily played out after this doji, and we could have rejected straight back down. I just really didn't want to. I really didn't want to FOMO out. Like, I got in the trade for a reason. I wanted to stick to my plan. I didn't really have a good break-even area here. I could have just taken the equilibrium or done something that I'm confident in, instead of just waiting to see the doji and saying, oh, it's a doji, let me just close out, you know? Anyways, then immediately after stopping me out, we come up. We do take out these highs, so we didn't have this SMT anymore, but we still had this super high time frame SMT up here while still respecting the CE of this wick. So after seeing us respect it one more time, inversion of another 1 minute gap. Boom. So then we're there to push down. Let's delete this just because it's kind of hard to see. I enter here. But the problem with this one, yes, this trade played out. Yes, this looks amazing. Oh my God, 2.35 after losing 1R. Then you get 2.35 back. That's a positive 1.35. So you should be straight, right? Wrong, because I'm an idiot. On Tradevate. Here, this is the exact setup. You can see where I took it at. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Cool. So zooming in here on Tradevate, you can see I entered here first. Oh, I hate when Tradevate does this. Since this is pushing down now, but you can see I entered here with 5 micros because this is micros. I meant to put 10 per account, but I forgot that on Tradevate, when you have 2 accounts, you have to put double the amount to actually enter at the right amount. So I put 5 on each account, then realized, oh shit, okay, then entered a little bit higher. So I got actually a better fill price than this. However, it was the SMTs that fucked me up and fucked with my psychology on this one. Let me go to ES over here. Because as you can see with this low right here on ES made an equal low with this previous low. After taking out these equal lows right here, NASDAQ was still not delivering. So we had created an SMT at these lows, really, while ES took out equal lows, which is a major draw on liquidity. So there's a possibility for us to retrace. I didn't want to close out just yet. I still believed in it, so I wanted to say, hey, once ES takes out this 15-minute gap, then I'll start managing my stop and everything like that. So once ES took out this 15-minute gap, I did go to, or I was really break even since like once we took out this. Once we closed this candle, I was break even, I'm pretty sure. Right away. It was just we were chopping around. I was just like, after losing one, really what I should have done, if I was going to trail my stop close, if you're going to take it because this is already taken, then just take profit. If ES hits your take profit, just take profit, bro. I should have just literally closed this shit out like this and been fine with a 1 to 6 or whatever it was, because I was let me see if I can see how much I was up in that trade. I don't think so. No, I can't see it, but I do know that this was like probably 6 something at the very bottom, 6 or 7 something, 6 or 700 something down here. So here would have been at least like 4 or 500. I still would have been on profit for the day, but my psychology was just terrible on this one. I decided, instead of just leaving my stop at break even and letting the trade play out to my take profit on NASDAQ, I got nervous because ES started taking it out and rejecting, and NASDAQ already wasn't rejecting anything. It was already starting to be pussy and come back up here. I was like, NASDAQ wasn't delivering while ES was. I was getting nervous. So I put 1 here, but then the same thing happened. I meant to put my stop loss here, but again, I forgot that usually NASDAQ you just hit, boom, buy stop, boom, I'm going to just put it right there, right, and not worry about it. But since I had entered twice like this, so like I entered with the 10 contracts, when I put my buy stop, it was only for 5 each. So that means I only closed out half my position here, which was at a 1 to 1. Right? So I wanted to just take a 1 to 1 if we're going to reject. However, I got filled like half up here, and then the other half you can see was like a little bit above that wick, which sucks, bro. It means I took half the contracts I took a 1 to 1, the other half I took like a 0.5, bro. Like, come on. What am I doing? Like, and then the market will delivers after, which is like, if the market had retraced up here, maybe I wouldn't be as upset or whatever, like, but that's just on me. Today still nothing crazy. I mean, it's not like I lost a crazy amount of money. I'm just a little disappointed in myself. Only lost like $77 per account, so like 140. I still have plenty of buffer left. Let me see, 1,500 probably. 16. Yeah, I still have 1668 till max drawdown, so I'm really not worried. It's just like, dude, lock the fuck in. You know, like, I'm better than this. And now, like, while ES is just dumping, NASDAQ is not moving. So, whatever. Could have been a way cleaner trade. Whoa. Never mind. It just did an update. Never mind. Um, Y'all saw that? How that like just like teleported in? Anyways, this was should have been a super clean trade. If I had just like, it just sucks that I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, if I had just stood 10 toes and not been a bitch and closed that shit out early, would have hit that 5 minute gap TP, or even if I took it to the 15 minute right here. This is an easy trade. Like, if you just look at it, like, it felt way worse than this. It felt like, because ES almost immediately delivered to this, but it felt like NASDAQ was like doing a bunch of bullshit. But really, all it did was just come down, make a small retracement, and then continue down. Like, I was tweaking for no reason. But it is what it is. Let me put these into, or let me show my trade Zella. Just so, even though I already showed the trade away, just so y'all know I'm not capping. We're just going to refresh these just because they're auto synced. Boom. Dashboard. So, lost 182 today. That's about it, guys. So, I'm just going to get off the charts. I thought, briefly, after getting stopped out up here, if I should try to take some sort of little 30-second inversion or some sort of like change in the state down to this 15-minute gap, because it was still pretty high probability, but I definitely don't want to do that, because I don't know, I'm starting to move with my trading at a point where it's like, I want to be confident in the things I'm doing, and I want to do the things I'm doing 100%. I don't want to do something and then regret it. So if I'm going to enter again, like, let me move this. If I'm going to enter again right here and the market ends up going against me, I'm going to be pissed, like pissed the fuck off. Which, like, why am I going to do that? Why am I psychology? This is going to be a whole extra can of worms. And even if I put this trade in and win, like, what does that mean? Like, yeah, you predict the 15-minute gap, whatever, but it's like, you still, the fact of the matter still stands on this trade is the problem, that you closed out early. So I'm just trying to hold myself accountable, because the more I can stop messing up here, I won't have to recover and try to take an extra little trade. And I want to cut down my trades anyway. So just like I was literally saying this yesterday, that I want to take not 3-4 trades a day. I want to take like 1, maybe 2. That's it. And I just took this one, got stopped out. My setup was still valid, so I just took another entry. That's it. Anyways, though, appreciate y'all. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. Have a great day.